What's going on, guys? It's Crozen and welcome to my melee and ranged stealth build without VATS. So someone recommended this a while back and I actually never got a chance to do another stealth video, but the majority of you are here because of my stealth videos. So I figured I would release yet another one where I go over a different type of stealth build without VATS. So we're not going to be using things like Blitz and other VATS boosting perks that make the game even more easier than it already is. So that is how we are going to play this build. So right about now you should see an overlay on how your specials should look like in creation, and I will pretty much go in further depth on that as we go into the perk tree right about now. So as you see, I'm showing you how this build looks like at level 50. Before I kind of showed you how it looked like at level 1. Obviously I didn't have any perks at all, so it was a little bit more messy, a little bit more unorganized. So I figured I would clean that up a bit and show you how the build looks like at level 50. That way you know every single perk that I got, and you have, you know, an actual way to play the game and know what kind of perks to get as far up to level 50. So all the bobbleheads are accounted for, if you guys are wondering. So that means that, you know, we start out with 3 perception, the bobblehead raised us up to 4, and other things was I used the special book on strength, so that's why we are up to 5. Now as far as the perks go, there really isn't a lot of perks if you look at this. I mainly just got like the essentials up to level 50, but that's all you really need. So to start off, the damage boosting perks as far as your weapons go. So big leagues, obviously that's essential. We're using melee weapons as well, so you want to max this out. That way you have the maximum effectiveness on your melee weapons. And as far as the gun perks go, I would only recommend that you guys get one of these. So if you want to get Gunslinger, Commando, or Rifleman, only get one. You don't need to spend 15 points on getting all 3 of these gun boosting perks. It's just not necessary. Honestly, Gunslinger isn't even necessary either, just because of all the multipliers that you get from Sneak in the first place. But this build, you're not going to be, you know, 100% hidden every single time you go into combat because we're not using VATS. So that's why we're going to need a little bit more survivability. That way, you know, you have at least one gun that you can go to if you run into any kind of trouble. Now, speaking more towards survivability, that is why I actually leveled up endurance a little bit, and I picked up the Life Giver perk and also the Medic perk. Now also, we got the Lone Wanderer perk, which will give us 30% less damage at level 17. That is huge. This build, you're not going to be using a follower. It's just no way to play a sneak build, especially a melee sneak build where you got to really get up close to an enemy and use a follower. It's just not going to work out. So Lone Wanderer is a must. Now other things, as you guys know, the Armorer perk, I went over a whole video about that. If you need any help on getting your type of armor for a sneak build. Now lastly, as far as perception goes, I only raised this up so that we can get the Locksmith perk. I know that we're not using Hacker with this build, and I didn't want to make it to where we were kind of limited and we couldn't pick any locks or we couldn't break into any terminals. That would just be kind of boring. So I went solely up to 4 perception so we can pick that Locksmith perk up. Obviously we don't need that last rank since bobby pins, you know, you find so many in the wasteland, it's not even necessary to waste a point on that. So other things are the essential sneak perks that you're going to need to have. That is the sneak, the Mr. Sandman, and the Ninja perk. You definitely want to get the Sneak and Ninja perk early. I think I went over a video way back on the perks to get early with the Sneak build. Same rules apply. Obviously we're not using Gun Nut. I found this perk to be kind of useless, honestly. The more I played this game, the more I found all kinds of different gun mods. So we're not going to need this, and we're not going to be using Awareness because we're not using VATS. So that is how that goes. So make sure you pick up the Sneak perk early. I would also say to get the Lone Wanderer perk and obviously the Ninja perk so you get that nice little multiplier boost. and that should be where you start off, and then go with maybe the big leagues or one of these gun boosting perks. And as you guys see, I also got the Bloody Mess perk way over here. That way we get a plus 15% damage in combat, and that just makes us even more overpowered than we already are. Now, the last rank, we don't need this. It doesn't really go well with a sneak build, since you're not going to have a lot of enemies running towards you the majority of the time. So this last rank will probably never proc in a normal stealth situation, so we don't want to get that last perk in that Bloody Mess. I should say that last rank in the Bloody Mess perk. And that really should do it, guys. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Like I said in the beginning, it's a little different of a sneak build. We're not using VATS, so as you see, this Blitz perk, it's gonna make for a different type of playstyle if you are playing melee, and that is what you kind of want. That way you get to experience the game a lot different. So that should do it, guys. If you have any questions about this build, or if you want to see any other type of build, let me know in the comments, and more than likely I will probably do that type of build. So that should do it, guys, and I will probably make another video later this week so you guys have more content, and I will see you guys very soon.